Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to 5 Minutes with Gray Hair Dave. That's right. It's me. I'm back again. Sorry for the delay. Yes, I know that I wasn't here last week. My apologies for that, folks. I do sincerely apologize. That throat thing that I had a while ago, strep throat, I thought came back. Well, I was wrong. I went and had a quick strep test taken, and it wasn't strep throat. It was, they don't know what, they think it was just a cold again. You know, these old men like me, it's just weird. But anyways, it felt like I couldn't swallow. In fact, I took a couple of aspirin one day, and it felt like they stuck there in my throat all day long. And that is not a fun experience at all. But anyways, I'm back. This episode 101. And don't forget, hey, I'm Dave. I do have gray hair. I've got a gray beard, which I'm adjusting. And I do wear glasses like the guy in the artwork. Now, today being episode 101 and not getting any replies on from anybody who wanted maybe a t-shirt or anything from me, which is fine. Absolutely fine. Don't you dare worry about that. I'm okay with it. It wasn't required. It wasn't required to listen. Just thought I'd be nice and send you a t-shirt. But anyways, folks, what's going on with you? How are you? Well, it's a new week for me. It's a better week because last week I had my last driving shift as a bus driver with my company, Disney. I have to say that it was not a bad day at all. I drove for the first half of my shift, and then I worked audience control the second half. And then, of course, I got sick. But, I was able to take all of my costumes, because we don't call them uniforms at Disney. We call them costumes because we are a show. We don't wear uniforms. We don't for outfits. We wear costumes. So I returned my costume yesterday, all of them. Actually, Sunday. Wait a minute. Today's Monday, right? Yeah. I returned them Saturday. My bad. And I tell you what, it felt great. Now, I have returned them all before. When I was at Disney earlier, I was a bus driver when I first started. And then I moved over to Disney's new department, which hadn't had a name determined yet. Hadn't had everything finalized as to how we were going to do things and what it was going to be. But it was this new rideshare program that they wanted, which eventually ended up being Disney's minivan service. I'm very proud of that department for what it was back then. And I'm sure what it is now is the same or better. I don't know, because I'm not over there, and I didn't want to go back after shutdown. But at that point in time, once I got that position, I kept some costumes because it started out as a temporary assignment again. Well, we all know how temporary assignments go, don't we? I just went through that earlier this year. But this one I was extended and extended again, and then made permanent once the department was made permanent. So I then got rid of all of my bus driver costumes then. That was time number one. Time number two was when I was furloughed and laid off. I had some driver costumes for minivans because I drove for a little while. And I got rid of those. And then when I came back to Disney, after the rehire, I think I mentioned that. I'll go through the whole Disney thing later this week, I think. We'll see what happens. My whole Disney career. But when I came back to Disney, I started back out again as a bus driver. And then within a year, I went to be a trainer as a bus driver trainer. And that was the same costume, of course. Didn't matter. And then I got this TA position, a temporary assignment, for scheduling, workforce management scheduling. Well, that one was you wear your own clothes. Business casual or the new business casual, which is jeans half the time, a nice shirt, nice shoes. Still got to be groomed and showered and all that kind of stuff. But you're sitting in an office underneath the, Main Street Magic Kingdom. Not that many people are seeing you, and if you had a meeting, which you would always know in advance, with somebody higher up or with your liaison over in another department, what you were scheduling, you might wear some dressier pants, some khakis or even some dress pants and a nicer dress shirt. But, there's no ties or anything like that. For the most part, in the parks, the ties are a thing of the past. But when I took that TA, I was pretty confident I was staying. A friend of mine went over there and he was made permanent, pretty quickly. But they had an opening. I was just a backfill. But anyways, I got rid of all my Disney bus driver costumes again. So what's that, 3 times? 4 times? I don't know. This time I'm done. I'm sorry, folks. This time I am done. I am not going back. If this department doesn't work out for me at Disney, this new department I'm going to with the Skyliner department, which is basically their new gondola system, I might be done with Disney. I don't know. I'm not looking at that because I don't see this as a very hard position to do. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's extremely easy because I don't know. But we'll talk more about that as the week goes on because I start training on Wednesday. But we'll just see what happens, right? But yeah, I turned them in and I'm going tomorrow to get the new costumes, which, hey, we work in Central Florida. Today, it's like right now, it's still 92 degrees and I'm recording this at 5:30 at night. This new costume has shorts as an option. And there's a lighter weight material. It has a shirt that you don't have to tuck in. Just a great option. It looks lighter weight. It's also short sleeve or long. And it's got to be better than that hot, uncomfortable Disney bus driver shirt and those ugly, ugly pants that have been around for 20 plus years. That's just time to go. It's time for new. But I understand you got, 16,000 or 1,600 drivers, and you've got how many different size of people. So you've got to have multiples of extra large shirts. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of extra large shirts. Both short sleeve and long sleeve. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pants that are 34-38 or 32-30 or. It is a humongous expense. Got to be in the millions to replace all those costumes. I remember when they were designing the minivan costumes and they told us what it cost to do that. And I was shocked. I really was. I was like, huh? But you sit down, you think about it, and yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It's not, you got to come up with the design. Boom, there you go. Then you got to order the material. Yep, boom, there you go. There's more money. Well, that person designing it makes money. The person who decides what it's going to look like makes money. And then they send it to a designer who makes money. And then they send it to the people who got to order the material. Well, they make money. They have a salary. And then you got to send, once the material comes in, you got to send it to the people who are, who are doing it, who are cutting it and then sewing it together. And all them people make money. And you got to get it over to the over to costuming and all this other kinds of fun stuff. It's a process that isn't quick and it ain't cheap. But anyways, so that's where we am. So that's where we are. That's where we am. See what happens when I take a week off and don't talk? Man, that's not a good thing. Not a good thing. But anyways, I'm back. I'll be here all week. Now, Wednesday's going to be a hard day because I'm not going to record till later than now. I'm going to record after my first day of recording when I get back. I don't get out till 5:30 on Wednesday, and then I got to be back at 6:15 in the morning. But when I get home, I'll have time for a quick little recording, and I'll let you know how my day went and what my thoughts are and what I plan to do from now on. I do also want you to know, during that week that I was off, I wasn't just laying around watching movies. I was working on Boomer Podcasters, and I've learned some new tricks for the recordings that I want to do and the video. And I did a lot of research. I did a lot of learning. So you can learn while you're laying in bed, not feeling well, or you're just sitting by the computer and not doing much. You can learn. So that's what I did. And you're going to see what happens soon. So from Gray Hair Dave, I appreciate you being here. I appreciate your patience when not being here last week. Also, hey, if you got any comments or concerns, go to my website, 5 Minutes with Gray Hair Dave. That's the number 5, minuteswithgrayhairdave.com. And let me know. Go to the comment section, the contact me page, or that little red microphone down at the bottom right-hand corner of every page. All you got to do is put in your email address and then leave me a message. Don't forget, I don't sell your email addresses. I'm keeping them to myself. I am selfish. As I'm sure you'd want me to be. So if you know somebody who doesn't know what a podcast is, doesn't know where to find one, doesn't know what they are, how to play them, how to download them, how to follow, anything, show them for me, please. You all have a great day. And so from Gray Hair Dave, bye-bye.